Okay.
Okay, so how far we have done? We have done till
Yes, sir.
constants,
Right.
right? Last session,
Yes, sir.
constants. What are constants? So what are constants basically? Constants are variable which cannot be altered in a program. It is a fixed value. Okay, it's a fixed value. So we cannot alter any value inside a constant. If we declare anything as a constant, we cannot change any value. So moving on to the next topic. So my next topic
Operators.
says that we start with operators and conditions, right?
Okay,
So
sir.
what are operators basically? We have done
Arithmetic
operators in C,
operators.
C++. How many types of operators are there? There are three different types of operator. One is your
Yes, sir.
arithmetic
Arithmetic
operator, the
operators.
other one is relation, and the third one is logical operator. Okay,
Yes, sir. Yes,
so
sir.
we can do that operation in C# as well. Okay, so let
Okay.
me start with my Visual Studio. So hold on for a minute.
Okay.
Starting the Visual Studio. I'm just going to share you the screen now. Can you see the Visual Studio ID?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let me go with my previous solution about hello world.sh solution file. So today we are going to work with operators. Okay.
Okay.
So let me go with the operation now. So as I told you, there are three categories, right, of
Yes, sir.
operators. So which are those three categories? Arithmetic operator, okay, relational operator, and logical ones. Okay. So we are going to simply add two numbers. Let me see what the operation is going to be. So we are going to add simply two numbers. Let me comment this part of a code because I don't require it anymore. So I'll just give you a multi-line comment out.
Okay.
It's part of code as well. For multi-line comment. Fine. Now we are going to work with a simple arithmetic operation. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So for that, I'm going to take three variables. So let me go with three variables. So I can take the variable of type integer. Okay. So integer is a num. Number one, say num2. I can go for multiple declaration at the same time, and I can go for the last one as well. So the last one will be my result. What does result will do? Result will hold the operation, perform as per the operator, enter. Okay. So I'm going to target my runtime environment by using console.writeLine. Console.writeLine, what it do? Console.writeLine will prompt me for the message at runtime. So whatever message I'm going to go for, it will be on the console. So I want the user to prompt with a message, enter first number. Okay, enter first number. Let's say colon. Then what I have to do? I need to scan this number, right? So what
Yes,
is the
sir.
next step? Next step is I'll say num1. This is my target variable. I'll say convert dot to int2. Why? Because everything is in string format, right? So I need to convert this. Convert dot to int32, and inside that I'm going to pass my console dot readline function. So read write operations first. Console dot readline. So likewise, I'll just copy this entire stuff and I'll replicate this one for number two. Okay. Go for second number now. The second number. Second number variable is num2. Okay. So I'm done with my two inputs. Now the third thing is I'm going to hold the operation. So first I'm going for num1 plus num2. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to calculate the result. Console dot write line addition. Addition of two numbers is equals to. Now I'm going to call which operator? I can go for concatenation result. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let me just go and check for the single operation right now. So I am performing only arithmetic operation which is going to calculate me the addition of two numbers, right?
Addition.
So
Okay.
let me check this code with my debugger. He is asking me for two numbers to be entered. I'll say 10. The next number I'll say 20. I'm getting the addition of two numbers. That is 30, right? So
Yes, sir.
likewise, you can perform the subtraction, multiplication, and division, right? So you
Yes,
can
sir.
go for any type of arithmetic operations. So these are the basic things which we have done earlier, right? In C, C++. Only the
Yes.
printing is going to be changed because we are working with C Sharp. So console.readline and console.writeline function will come into picture. That's all. So you just
Okay.
go and replicate this part of a code. Just go and change this. We want another five operations, right? So let me check
Yes.
for subtraction. That is working for subtraction or not. Then I'll go for multiplication. For multiplication, there is a star sign, and for division, there is a forward slash, right?
Yes, sir.
So I've just changed the operators right now. So the second one will be subtraction, subtraction. Third one will be multiplication, product. You can say product as well.
Multiplication.
Okay, multiplication, and then finally we have a division. Okay.
Division. Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'll go for division now. So let me check the operation again. So I'll just give a line break out here. These are four basic operations which we use in our daily
Okay.
state basically. So we are going for again debugging the application. So start without debugging. Let me check all the operation is working. Again I said this time I said 20 and then say 10. Okay, so I'm getting the addition is 30, subtraction is 10, multiplication is 200, fine, and division is 2. So I'm getting the quotient. What does division operator do? It will return me the quotient of the. Okay. So
Yes,
this
sir.
is the basic operation. So let me check with the modulus operator whether modulus is working or not in this case. Whether C sharp provides an operation which is modulus. What does modulus do? We have worked with this operator, percentage. Let me try if percentage is working or not in this. Okay, so I'll say again
Mm-hmm.
division. But modulus will always return me a remainder, will not return me a quotient. So I want a remainder. So what will be the
Reminder.
remainder
Yes.
of two numbers? Okay. So
Okay.
percentage stands for modulus. Okay. Again, I'm
Okay,
going
sir.
to debug the application and see whether it is working or not. So plus, minus, multiplication, division, and Again, I'm going to take the same input. See, it is working.
Yes,
See,
sir.
I'm getting the remainder as 0. Okay, so 20
Yes,
divided by 10, the remainder has to be 0. So these are the 5 basic arithmetic operations which is there in almost each and every programming language. So we have just saw that as well in C Sharp. So you can go for C Sharp, you can go for basic. See, C Sharp supports both the support approach, procedural approach as well as object-oriented approach. We have not come to object-oriented approach yet. We are going to
okay.
come in the next session or coming session. But currently we are following the procedures. We are just following the protocol. So we
Okay.
have done this earlier in C, C++, whatever language. But in C Sharp, it also supports procedural approach and object-oriented approach. What is procedural approach? The one which I am doing right now. I am following the procedures. What is object-oriented approach? Object-oriented approach is nothing but when we are going to have our own classes, where we are going to create an object, methods, properties, so on and so on. Okay, Ravi?
Okay, sir. Okay,
Okay.
sir.
So this was all about arithmetic operations. Okay. So we can
Okay.
go for relational operator as well. So let me check with the relational operator. I'll just go and comment this. I don't want this anymore. So I'll just use a multi-line comment. Now, for relational operator, I am targeting operators are basically there are many relational operators. Less than, greater than, less than equals to, greater than equals to, equals to, not equals to. Though these are relational operators, but these operators work on a specific condition. If I say condition, what comes into your picture? What comes into your picture? What comes into your mind? Basically, okay. The first thing that comes into my mind is conditional statement, that is if and else block. So how we are going to introduce if and else block, that we are going to say that, okay, in relational law. So let me
Yes,
try
sir.
with a simple example. I'm going to check for two numbers whether the number is small or big or both are equal. So let me check that. Simple. So I'll take a number from the user, two numbers again, in num1 and num2. And again, I'm going for the same variables, that is result. Okay. So after doing this, again I'll go for console dot write line,
Enter number one.
enter first number, the first, enter first number, num1 is equals to
One one.
convert dot to int 32 console.readline, because we need to convert it, right? Every now and then.
Yes, sir.
Why? Because everything is inside default, by default is a string, right? Console.readline. So we have done this. So just go and replicate this again. Okay, enter second number, enter second number, and then finally I'm going to hold that number in num2. Okay. Now I'm not going to go for any calculation, addition, subtraction. Rather I'm going for a relation. So for that, does I require result variable? No, because I'm not going to perform any calculation out here. I'm just going to check the number entered by the user. So I'll just remove this. No need. So let me check with that. So I'm going to open my if block. Inside that, I'm going to pass the relation. If num1 is greater than num2, it's simple. Just come inside the block and print me that num1 is larger. Console dot write line.
Oh,
So I'm using which operator? Relational operator. Okay. So I'll say num1 is larger. One is larger. Okay.
okay, sir.
And finally, likewise, I'm going for else if. So what does else if do? Else if block is basically used to check for multiple conditions. Okay. So for
Okay.
multiple condition checking, I'm going to introduce by else if block. So else if If the above condition doesn't satisfy, it will come inside the else if block. So I'll go and check for equality between the two. So I'm going to introduce the two different operators. Equal equals to num2. So what does equal equals to num2 do? It will go and check that both the numbers are equal or not. So I'll just go and
Okay.
pass a different message out here. I'll say console
Okay.
dot write line. I'll say both are equal, right?
Yes.
Both are equal.
Equal.
Okay. And after that, I don't want any relation because if num1 is greater than num2, num1 is larger. If both are equal, both are equal.
Are
So
equal.
what is remaining? Nothing. So I can't go for else if block. Rather, I can directly say else,
Else.
the
Okay.
default one. Yeah. If above condition doesn't satisfy, it will come inside the else block and we will go and print me num2 is larger, right?
Yes.
Simple. So console dot write line
Number two is last.
number 2 is larger. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Num2 is larger. This is what we are going to expect at the runtime. As per the condition, the output should get displayed. Okay. So let me
Okay.
try this code. Let me give the code entire code to the debugger. Check whether there is an error. No, there is no error. Let me get the prompt. Okay. So
Yes,
I'm
sir.
going for first number. I'm telling the first number is 10 and the second number is 5. So I'm getting now one is larger. Yes, my program is working. Let me go
Yes.
and check for the second condition.
Enter
You can
first.
see the screen, na?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me go with 20 and 10. I'll say 5 and 10 now. So num2 is largest. Okay. So my
Yes,
else
sir.
block get executed. But what if I go for both the
Both are
value? Yeah, both are equal. So what I'm doing, I'm
enter
just
first.
taking the
Yeah.
help of relational operator and passing that relationship, both are equal, and passing that
Yes.
relation using if else block or if else condition or my decision making statements. You
Yes.
can call it, we also call it a decision making statement. So I'm making some decision based on the relation. Okay, so these are the relations which are there in front of you. If num1 is greater than num2, go and print num1 is larger. If num else if the condition is not satisfied, come to the next block, check for the second condition. If num1 is equals to num2, if the condition is satisfied,
Both
print
are
both
equal.
are equal or else move to the next block. So the next block is my default block. Okay, so if above the condition is getting false, then only it will come inside the else block and it will print me num2 is larger. So I'm not going to check for both the logics, right? I can
Yes,
check
sir.
for only num1 greater than num2 or num1 equals to num2. But I can't say else if num2 is greater than num1. That doesn't make sense. It will be a bad
Okay.
practice, right? Again, I'm going to
Yes.
check for the number because it's but obvious that if num1 is greater than num2, if the condition is not satisfied, it will be other way around. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So you can work with different relational operators. You can also go for less than equals to, greater than equals to, not
Okay.
equals to. But that depends on your programming needs. So I'm not
Okay.
getting into that. Now, what about logical and operator? So we are going to see
Okay.
that. So I just comment this. Okay.
Yes.
So we don't want this anymore. So go for the multi-line comment. Comment the entire code. Then finally, we are working with relational operator. We have done arithmetic relational. Now comes my logical operator, right?
Logical.
So how
Yes.
does logical operator work? So for logical
Logical.
operator, we can go for any logics basically. So first we are going to consider logical AND. What does logical AND will do? Logical AND will execute if both the condition is satisfied. If both the conditions are satisfied, then only it will work.
Okay.
Otherwise, it will return me false. So in a relation, so we can use logical AND along with the relational operator. Okay, you can do that.
Okay.
But if we are getting either of the condition is true, so that doesn't mean that it doesn't going to be work, but it's going to be work on the logical or of. So logical or operator, either of the conditions should be satisfied. Logical and operator, both the conditions should satisfy. That is the difference.
Yes.
If both the conditions are true, then only logical and operator will get executed. If either of the condition matches, then logical
Logical
OR
or
operator can be worked out. It can be executed. Okay.
okay.
So
Okay.
what comes into your mind if you go for logical AND operator? So which program should be the best one? You can go for any logical part. So for that we should have a relation as well. Relation. Relation. Just now I saw the relation, right?
Yes, sir.
I show you the relation and relation operator means less than equals to, greater than equals to, equals to. So we can
Yes.
also use logical and logical
Or
or operator along with the relation operator. So both
okay.
goes hand in hand. Why these are introduced logical and see there are multiple else if block, right?
Yes,
There are
sir.
multiple else if block. But I don't want multiple else if blocks, so I can get rid of that. Either I can go for logical and or logical or right? That will work
Yes.
out. So we can go for a single relation in a single if block using logical AND. You can compare those relations using logical AND. So no need to write multiple else if conditions. So that is the beauty, right? Logical AND or
Yes.
logical OR. Okay. So for
Yes.
logical AND, we can take any example. We are going to take some example for logical AND. So we have a percentage, right?
Yes, sir.
Suppose we have a grading system. So for that, I need to check the grade of a user or a student. So let
Okay.
me take the grade. So I'm going to the grade of a student. For that, I'm going to calculate some student marks first. And based on the average marks, I'm going to get the grade. I hope you're getting my point.
Yes, sir.
So I'll be taking a character data type. Okay.
Okay.
So character will
Yes.
be grade.
Okay.
Okay. And I can go for average marks, right? So what about average marks? So I'll go for integer only for the time being. Integer average underscore marks.
Okay.
Okay. And total marks. Now, if you want some input from the user, let's say I go for three different subjects. So I'll take three different subjects. Hence, marks one, marks two, and mark three. Okay. These are three different subjects.
Okay, sir.
So I'm going to calculate the total of the same as per along with the average marks, and based on the average marks, I'll go for grade. Okay. So let
Okay.
me go for user prompt right now. So I'll say console dot write line. Inside that, I'm going to pass a enter
And
marks one. Okay.
okay.
Just say a simple statement marks one. For that, I'm going to scan that as well. So marks one is
Okay.
equals to convert dot
Dot
2 in 32, convert dot 2 in 32,
console dot
console read line. Okay. Console dot read line. Likewise, I can go for marks 2, marks 3, and marks 4. Oh, marks
okay.
till marks 3 be updated, right? So I'll just replicate this. Okay. We are just doing some basic things right now. So as
Yes.
the session progresses, we are moving with classes and objects. So, okay, I'm covering my topic operators and conditions.
Okay.
Marks 3. Okay. Now I got my marks 1, marks 2. So let me go and change the statement out here. This is marks 2.
Marks 2. Marks 3.
Now I'm going to add this one, all the three marks. Okay. So I said total marks will be total marks is
Marks.
equals to, I'm going for the addition, like
Marks.
M2, M3.
And
Okay.
3.
And then finally, I'm going to print the
Okay.
total marks console dot write line marks obtained again, comma, total marks. Fine. So I have just printed my total marks. And what will be the formula for average marks? Average marks will be total divided by 3, right?
Yes.
Average marks will be total
Divide.
marks divided by 3. Okay. And likewise, I am going to print the average marks console dot write
Like
line
that. One.
average marks obtained. Average marks obtained. Okay. And finally, AVG target variable is average marks. Fine. So I'm done all with the printing stuff. Now I'm going to check for grading.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So I'll take the help of conditional statement. So if the average marks if the average marks is greater than equals to 90, or I'll say greater than 90, come inside the block and just print me
Console
grade
log.
is
Yes.
equals to, okay, grade is equals to,
Okay.
what will be
Plus.
the grade? I'll say A plus.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll go for semicolon. And then finally I'm going to put the grade. But why it is showing me error? You see, many characters. Just go for double quotes. Grade is equal to A plus. Okay, he is looking for the, you have declared grade as character. So he's looking for string. So grade is equals to again single quotes. A
Yes.
is not allowing me. Why plus is not allowed? Because it's a single character. So the other we can take
Yes.
this as a string. So we are going
String.
to change the data type to string. So that will be better. Okay. So it will allow me more than one characters. Okay. That will take.
Double quotation.
But but we need to have in double quotes because we are dealing with string now.
Yes.
Okay. Enlightenment, right?
Yes, sir.
Because there are two characters, na? A and plus. Both are treated as
Yes.
a different one. So that is
Yes,
the
sir.
case. I have changed the grading system from character to string. So now I can go and print the grade. But I have not come across my logical end till now. So it will come in the next else block. So console dot write line will just say grade. Or your grade is your grade, comma.
Great.
Let me check for the first part of the code whether it is working or not. Okay. So
Okay.
I just go and give the entire code to the debugger to check the code. So first I'll say 92. I'm going beyond 90, right? Because check
Yes.
the relation for beyond 90. Again 90. Total marks obtained I'm not getting. Again average marks obtained I'm not getting. Why it's not coming? So what is not coming? Why the
Plus.
operation is not performed? Can you tell me? Getting the result, right? I have gone for total marks. But I should get the total marks printed. Why is that happening?
Sir, plus operators.
Sorry, come again. What is that? Plus. No, no. I
Concatenate.
am not getting the result, right?
Yes, sir.
Why is that so? Why is that so?
Yes, sir.
That is because of this placeholder. Oh, David,
Yes.
why it is not working? Just because of placeholder? Again, go to the debugger and give the entire code because the code is perfectly fine, but I should get the desired result. Again, go for 91, 92, 93. Now I'm getting
Yes, sir.
okay because the
Okay.
placeholder was not there. But what about grade? Average marks obtained is 92. Okay, and your grade,
Okay.
I'm not getting the grade. I should get A plus.
Yes, sir.
So, so what's the problem out there? So can you just go on and make some necessary changes in the code?
The
If
grade
average
is
marks is greater than 90, I should get grade is equal to A plus. But why I'm not getting grade?
size, sir. Grade cut, sir. Runs 0.
This one,
Yes, sir.
okay?
Okay.
Okay. So let me check again. For 91, same. 92, 93. Okay.
Okay.
Then now you're getting A plus, right? My
Okay,
average
sir.
mark, based on the average marks, I'm getting your grade A plus. Okay. So this was for only if block. Now for else if, I need to go for the else if block again. So I'll go and declare one else if block. In this else if block, I'm going to check for the two relation.
Logical.
Yeah. If average is greater than, average marks is greater than equals to 75. Okay.
Okay.
So let me go with the parent bracket first because I want a logical AND operator between the two. So I'll go for ampersand two times. So
Okay.
two time ampersand is my logical AND operator. Okay. So average marks again. Okay. Greater than equal to
So,
75 and less than 90. See, out there I'm checking for greater than 90. I'm checking for less than 90. If both the condition is going to satisfy, then come
else
inside
if
the else if
conditions.
block.
That's
Okay. And then go
okay, sir.
for the grading system. So grade will be this time, I'll say A.
Okay.
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 Then finally, I'm going to print the same statement. I'll just rather copy this from there. So this will remain the same. Only the statement will going to change, right? Okay. So this time, if the average marks falls between 75 and 90, the grade
The
will
grade
be
is
okay.
okay, sir.
Fine. So what comes into picture? My logical AND operator. So it
Yes,
has
sir.
to be between 75 and 90. So let me check between 75 and 90 whether I'm getting the grading system as A. Okay, so again I'm going to give the entire code to my debugger. Okay, so I'm checking for 75 and 90. So I'll go for 76
Okay.
and take some random value 87.
Okay.
And again 75, 87 and 78. Okay. See, average
Yes,
marks
sir.
is 80 and it is falling under the category of 75 and 90. So I'm getting the desired result. Your grade is equal to. Okay. So likewise, you can check for all the grading system. Okay. I
Okay,
hope
sir.
you got the syntax, Ravi.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You got the syntax, right?
Yes,
Basically,
sir.
we are just seeing the use of logical AND operator. How logical AND operator is working. It is working as per the condition relation, but it is checking for both the relation to be true. If both the
Okay.
relation is satisfied, then only I'll be getting the desired result. Or else
Okay.
it will take you to the next block. So there is no next block. So I want you to complete this code at your end. Just go and complete the code, entire code, B, C, D, whatever you feel like reading. Okay.
Okay.
Now, if you are going for logical OR operator, so I'll be taking a different example for that. If I say else, I'll, I'm not giving the entire stuff. I'm just passing the else block.
Okay.
Just paste it, and I'll say your grade is. I'll go for D.
Okay.
The grade D will fall me if I get fail. That is a grade D. Okay. So between So I need two to three, four, two, three more blocks basically for B plus B, C. So you are going to check the next relation between 60 and 75. Okay.
Okay.
The next relation will be 60 and 75. Then after that you are going to check between 45 and 60. And then finally 35 and 45. Okay. And then if it is fall below 35, you should get grade D. My default
D.
block, that is my S block, get executed. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I want you to complete the entire code. I have just given you only the two piece of code because we are just concerned with how if, else if, and else block will get executed as per my logical AND operator. So my logical AND operator supports only those relations which are satisfied mean which are going to be true. If either of the condition doesn't match, it will not be printed on the console. Because if you want either of the condition to be satisfied, then you have a OR operator. Okay. So what is
Okay.
OR operator going to do? I'll show you the simple example of OR operator. So I'll just go and comment this again. I hope you got the syntax, Ravi.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let me comment this and I'll be doing with OR operator. So what does OR operator do? As I said, it checks for either of the condition to be true.
Either the other.
So
Yes, sir.
for that, I'm going to take a example where I'm going to check for the vowels and consonants. You must be knowing there are 26 alphabets, right? So I'm
Okay.
going to pick only those alphabets which are vowels. Okay. So how I'm
Okay.
going to do that? So let me try. So for that, I'm going to target the character data type because vowels are single characters. So for that, I'll be going for data type as a character. So for character variable, I'll say ch. Okay.
Okay.
Now again, I'll go for console dot
Right.
headline. I'll say enter a character, or rather, I'll say enter an alphabet. If I say alphabet, it will be much more precise. Enter an alphabet. Now again, I'm going to scan them. So ch is equal to convert dot to char, right? Because I
Yes,
need to
sir.
convert typecast to char. Is convert dot to char, and finally console dot readline. I'm done with my prompting. Now, after doing this, I'm going to call my conditional statement and I'm going to check for each and every alphabet entered by the user. If it will fall under the category of A, E, I, O, U, it is my vowel. So I'll be going and printing that it's a vowel. Otherwise, it's a consonant. Simple. So I'm going to take the help of a relational operator as well as the logical ones. So which relational operator I'm going to deal with? So I'm going to deal with the relational operator which is my comparison operator, right? So I'm going
Yes.
to check that comparison operator if ch character entered is equals to a, right? Because the first vowel is a. Then for after that I'm going to use the pipe symbol. The pipe symbol represents me my OR operator, right?
Yes, sir.
So for double ampersand is my logical AND operator and pipe symbol is my double
Logical operator.
pipe symbol. Yeah. So how you get that symbol? You need to press shift and backslash. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm going to check for the next instance. The next instance is A E I O U. So for E, likewise, again my pipe symbol. Okay.
CH. Okay.
Again CH is my character. Again I'm going to go for equals to Y equals to because I'm checking for the comparison, right?
Yes,
A
sir.
E I. The next one is O.
Oh.
So in this case, only either of the conditions should be satisfied, right? Because we are using
I,
logical OR. A
I
E
is.
I O U. Okay, okay,
Single
okay. We have
quotations.
on
I.
double quotes.
Okay.
Okay. So it won't allow double quotes because it's a single character. Hmm?
Yes, sir.
And after this, the last one is U
You.
equals to. So I'm checking for only these alphabets entered by the user. Okay, so these are all
Okay.
vowels. A, E,
Okay.
I, O, U. Okay, so how I'm going to check using all operator. So all operator will check me whether the alphabet entered by the user is either A, E, I, O, U, either, because either of the conditions should have. If it
Yes,
is
sir.
not from the list given, then it has to be a consonant. So we just pass a message out there. Console
Answer.
dot
Okay.
write line. Okay, and it's a vowel. You just pass a simple message. It's a vowel. Okay, and if it
Okay.
doesn't matches with the list, so I'll say it's a
Answer.
consonant. Right? Console dot write line. It's not
Answer.
a vowel,
Oh, okay.
but a consonant. Okay, fine. So I'm checking for both the conditions. Okay. So let me go and check the code with the debugger. There were build errors. No, I don't want. Continue. Why? The one bracket was not there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, go for the debugger. Now I'm going to enter the alphabet. Okay. So I'm going for A straight away. Let me check. Yeah,
It's
it's a
over.
go.
Yes, sir.
Now again I'll go for the different one, which is not there in the list.
Okay, sir.
I'll type Ravi. Ravi. Ah. So Ravi is not a vowel, right? R is not a vowel, but a consonant. So I'm getting my desired output as per the relational operator and the logical operator. So what
Yes,
does
sir.
logical or operator do for me? It checks for either of the conditions. So if it doesn't found A, E, I, O, U, other than this, all are consonant. So if it
Yes,
doesn't
sir.
fall in this category, it will go to the default block, that is my else block. So this is how you are going to use your logical OR operator.
Okay.
Okay, fine. So I hope you got the operators and conditions part.
Yes, sir.
Hmm?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the next session we are done with today. So just hold on. So operators and conditions. Let me check my itinerary. I have covered till session 7. Okay, so we start with session 8, loops, arrays and
Okay.
structures, strings. Then there is enums, classes, and objects. So let me show you a simple example on loops today. Okay. So how we are
Okay.
going to work with loops? Basically, why we are going to use loops? Any idea? Ravi? Why we are using loops? Why loops are used? Loops are basically used to repeat the
Again.
statement n number of times for iteration,
Yes.
basically basic iterations. If I want to count something, so what I'm going to use? Suppose there are 100 students in a college. So what I'm going to do? There are 100 students in a college, and
Okay.
I want each and every student's data. So how I'm going to use? So I have to declare 100 different variables for the same, right? In
Yes,
order to
sir.
get the details. So is that a good practice? No, it's not a good practice.
Yes,
Declaring
sir.
100 student names data. So what we are going to do? We are going to take the help of a counter, and we are going to count the number of students. So in that scenario, we are going to use loops. In such scenario, okay, employee, a company is having an employee. So how many employees are there? Maybe 500, 1,000, 10,000, lakhs, 10 lakhs. So what we are going to do? We are not going to declare thousand variables. Does it make sense? No, it doesn't make sense. So rather we are going to take the help of a loop to count how many employees are there, how many number of students are there. So in that scenario, we are going to use. So loops are basically used to repeat the statement n number of times. Okay. So how
Okay.
I'm going to do that in C sharp. So C sharp also supports for loop, while loop, do while loop, as we did in C. So we are just going to see how for loop behaves in C sharp and what is the basic syntax. Okay, so I'm just going to write the syntax of for loop. So int I'll say count, let's say count. Okay.
Okay.
Then finally, I don't want any input from the user because I'm only just counting the instance, how many times the loop will execute. Okay, so I'll start my counter from 1 and I'll take the counter till 5. Okay, I'll say count plus plus. And inside that counter, I want a console.writeLine message, count the number of instances. So I want to print hello one 5 times. So what I'm going to do, taken the counter till, let me give a message, hello world. So I have designed my for loop. So let me go and run this. Okay. So I have initialized my counter from 1. I'm checking that counter till equals to 5 and count plus plus. Okay. So
Okay.
let me go and run this. There are bit errors. Why? Because I guess again I'm missing the brackets.
I see.
Okay. So there is one more bracket. Start without debugging. I should get a message hello world, right?
I
See,
see.
it is there on the screen, right? Why? It reaches till 5. Because as soon as the condition becomes false, my loops get terminated. It will come out of the loop. So, how effective the loop is? You just saw. I have printed the message hello world 5 times on the console. So, if you want something to be printed as much time as you want, you can take the help of a loop. Okay, so I'm declaring a single variable with the help of a single variable. I'm getting my desired output with a few lines of code. There are no more lines, only few lines of code will do that for me. Okay, so this is a basic syntax of for loop.
Okay.
Okay, again I'm going to comment this and I'll show you how to do the same thing using while loop.
Okay.
While loop, what is the basic syntax of while loop? So I'll take the counter again. So instead of for, I'm going to declare the loop as while. And while count, while count less than equals to 5. See the difference. My initialization, my condition, and my iteration. It takes place in the same line in for loop, but not in the case of while loop. For while loop, we are going to declare on the next line. While count is less than equals to 5. Okay. It's telling me you have not assigned the variable count. So I need the counter assignment as well. So I'll say start my counter from 1 and go up till 5. Start the counter from 1. So this is the initialization part, right? So
Okay.
count will be 1 and looking for the bracket as well. So I'll say
Okay.
for count less than equals to 5 and I do all this stuff. Okay.
Okay.
So I have initialized my counter. That is, I have assigned the variable counter variable to 1. I'm checking the variable till 5, counter till 5, and again I'll go and type console.writeLine. See the basic difference between the syntax. Console.writeLine. Again, I'm going to pass the same message. Hello world. Okay. But what about the initialization? Sorry, what about the incrementation? So incrementation will be on the next line after
Oh,
count. So count is equals to
plus plus.
count plus 1. See, in while loop we can right, in this way as well, but not in the for loop, right? So I'm incrementing the counter by 1. So let me go and check the code with debugger. I should get the same result. Okay, okay,
Okay.
I'm getting the same result with a different type of loop, that is a while loop. So you just saw the difference between the two loops. So there is hardly any difference, only the difference is in the syntax. In for loop, we are going to initialize, check the condition and iteration on the same line. In while
Okay.
loop, we are not going to write in the same line. The initialization part will be the first part, then followed by the
Mm,
conditional checking, and then finally implementation. So in while loop, I can increase the counter by 2 as well. I can do this way. So while loop supports this. Okay. So if
Okay.
I say count plus 2, so it will be 3 count, right? Because I am incrementing the counter by twice, 2 times. Okay, Ravi? Hmm?
Okay.
Okay. Now, for so after going through this, we have a jump statements. You know jump statements? Break, continue, and all.
Yes.
So this is the basic use of loops which I've given. So I want some jump statements. Instead of hello world, I can go for the value as well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what I have to do? I just need to call the count. If I say I just remove this, and if I call a variable instead, counter, hello world, is a count. I'll be getting the number as well, right?
Yes, sir.
Hmm. Because I'm calling the counter, but I'm not getting the number. Why? Again, the same thing is happening. Why? I'm not getting the number.
Okay.
See, local variable int count. I should get the local variable, right? Count, count, count.
Yes, sir.
So what I'm going to do? Let me remove this. Hello world, and I just want a count. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, now I'm getting it 1, 2. Okay. So you
Okay.
saw the basic use. If I'm incrementing the counter with plus 2, I can do that using while loop. 1 plus 2, 3. 3 plus 2, 5. If 5 plus 2 is 7, the condition becomes false. It will terminate the loop, come out of. Okay,
Okay.
fine. So I have shown you two different scenarios. You can get the string as well as you can get the numbers. That is up to you. But the basic use of loop is to count the number of iterations. Okay.
Okay.
Now we are going to see the jump statements. What do I mean by jump statements? We have worked with break statements, right?
Right.
So how we are
Yes,
going
sir.
to use break? So for while loop again, I'll take the counter int count equals to 1. Simple. Then after declaring the counter, I go for the condition checking. So I'll say while count less than equals to 5. I'm going for the same scenario. I'll be coming inside the block and I'll say console dot write line. Go for the count. So this is what we have done earlier. But inside the while statement, I'll be taking the conditional statement if.
Okay.
Okay. So if I say if the count is equals to 3, okay,
Okay.
go and break it. Go and break the loop in between. Okay. So I'm
Okay.
I'm initializing the counter to 1. I'm checking till 5, but I'm checking for the counter value equals to 3. If the counter reaches to 3, go and break it. Okay. And what will be the iteration? So how where the iteration part will take place? It will be inside the. There are two blocks, right? One is for while and the other one is for if. So where I'm going to write console count is equals to count plus 1. Count is equals to count plus 1. This is proper. I'm taking out of the loop. But I said if count is equals to 3, my loop should get terminate in between. I don't want the loop to go forward. So let me go and check. Yes, it's working, right?
Yes, sir.
Fine. I have checked the condition, right? As soon as the condition reaches to 3, my loop should get terminated. See, I'm not getting the entire loop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why? Because I have used the jump statement break. Okay,
Okay.
okay, Ravi.
Okay, sir.
So break will take me out of the loop. So I'm
Okay.
taking the counter as 1. I'm checking the counter till 5. But I have given the instruction to the loop that as soon as the count value reaches to 3, go and break the loop. Don't go and print the entire loop. Why? Because I need to break the loop in between.
Break. Yes, sir.
Okay. So that is the use of break statement. And if I
Okay.
say instead of break, I'll say continue over here.
Continue.
What will happen? See, continue. These are all jump statements. These are keywords, right?
Yes, sir.
See, continue keyword. So in this case, what will be the output?
Interface.
Let me check output whether it is working. What will be the output? You must have done this, right? C, C++.
Yes.
But I'm
Yes.
still getting 1, 2. So have
Yes,
I
sir.
misplaced continue? Have I misplaced continue? See, it's not working. The program is held
Yes.
up. So what is the possible solution? The break was working, right? But why the
Yes, sir.
continue is not working? What is the use of continue? I said if the count is equal to say continue.
Mhm.
But I'm not getting the result. So what I'm going to do? Not getting the results. Proper result. See, the variables are empty. I'm getting till 1, 2. I don't want 1, 2. I want 1, 2, 4, 5. C
Yes,
should
sir.
not be printed. C should not be printed. So I need some minor changes, right? The program is held up. See, it's not moving forward. So what I'm going to do? So can you solve this example for me?
Okay.
I set my counter to 1. I have given continue, right? It
Yes,
was
sir.
working for break, but it is not working for continue. Why is that so? So do I need to give the counter plus 1 inside the continue block? If or it has to be inside the loop. There are two blocks, right? One is for while loop and the other one is for if condition. So if I go and remove this from here, and if I go and pass after this, does it work for me? No. See, again I'm getting the abnormal output. Keeps on printing it went into infinite loop. So where I'm
Yes, sir.
going to iterate, this is the most important part. Where I'm going to iterate. Can you tell me the best place? I need incrementation, right? Without
Yes.
incrementation, I can't move forward. So which is the best place in the
Count.
entire program? Yes, Ravi. Tell me where I'm going to write count is equal to count plus one.
Before the continue statement, sir.
The continuous statement have done that, but the loop went into infinite one. Yeah. So I
Okay.
want the proper place where I'm going to write plus plus. Hmm? Any idea?
No,
Continuous
sir.
statement, as I told you, it will skip a part of a loop. Next iteration. It will take you to the next iteration. Now we saw the break, right? Just now we saw break. Just now we saw break. Break. What does break do? Break will take me out of the loop. But I told them, do I need plus plus out there? Let me run this without plus plus. Again, it is going in the infinite loop.
Yes, sir.
I want a possible solution for this. I want the loop to be execute till the condition is met. But the value 3 will not be printed, mind you. 3 will be skipped from the iteration. 3 will get skipped from the iteration. So can I put the continue part over here, iteration part? Count is equal to count plus 1. Okay.
Okay.
So will it going to work this time?
Yes,
It's
sir.
working. It's working. Why is that possible? Can you tell me the flow of the program? What happened? Yeah, it's working, right? See, 3 is not
Yes, sir.
printed. You saw
Yes, sir.
clearly. 3 was not printed.
Yes,
3 is
sir.
not a part of iteration. Why? Because we have used the keyword continue, jump statement. It jumped from there. It keeps on printing, but 3 was not printed. I got 2, 4, 5, 6. Yes, the result is proper. But can you tell me the flow of the program? What is happening? Why we have chosen the iteration before the condition checking? See, we are checking the condition. No, we are checking for loop. The coming inside the loop. We are checking for 1 is less than equals to 5. Yes, 1 is less than 5. It will go and print 1. No, it will not print. Then plus 1, 2. 2 is there. Yes. 3 is there. Yes. But till it matches the condition, it will go and print till 6 because we have checked that 6 is less than equal. So in this case, what is going on? And in the above case, what was going on? So if inside the break, we have not used the jump statement plus plus. So see the iteration part where when I'm using I'll do one thing. I'll just copy this again and I will be making a different statement. Control C. Control V. So these are two different jump statements, right?
Yes, sir.
These are two different jump statements. Okay, but the difference between the two is one is using break and the other one is using continue. So this was my break, right? Okay,
Okay.
so I just remove this from here because if you are going to break the statement, that will be the last part of the loop after console.write line. And I'm going to remove this continue from here. This, I'll go for break. Okay, so this was my break statement.
Break
So
state.
for break statement, it will take me out of the loop. So I'll be getting only 1, 2,
Yes, sir.
right? Okay, 1, 2. But what if I did continue? Continue will skip a part of a loop. Okay, the difference is this. So if I say as soon as the counter reaches till 3, in the first example, go and continue with the loop. Skip a part of the loop. Skip only that part. Which part? Where the
Okay.
counter is 3, right? So that is the
Yes.
basic difference. Ravi.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Hmm.
Okay.
But see the way of writing the code. You can also use break and continue statement in for loop. So can you do this for me in for loop as an assignment? I've shown you
Okay.
in while loop, right?
Okay.
So your assignment is go and get this jump statement using for loops. So the syntax
Okay.
will going to be different. I have shown you using while loop. Okay. I want you to
Okay.
do with the for loop, the same statement.
Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
in the next session, we'll be working. So I taught you the loops, right? Hmm?
Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay. So I want you to go with the for loop. I hope you got the syntax, both the syntaxes. So break and continue are jump statement. One is used to break the loop in between, and the other one is used to skip a part of a loop. So continue statement is always used to skip a part of a loop. Break is always used to terminate a part of a loop. So
Okay.
it's a vice versa. So in the break statement, you are going to get till that point of the loop. If the condition matches, it will come out of the loop. So in this case, I'll be getting only 1, 2, right? But
Yes, sir.
what about skipping a part of a loop? I'll not be getting the counter 3. It will not get printed, yet my loop will keep on running. Yet my loop will keep on running until the condition becomes false. So in the second case means in the continue statement, I'm going to get the entire loop printed, but it will skip that part of a loop which is there inside the condition. So in this case, the counter is 3, so 3 will not get printed. Okay. And in the
Okay.
case of break, it will break as soon as the count reaches till 3. So that is the major difference between the two. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So in the next session, I'll be meeting you. So you have to do the assignment using for loop.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So
Okay.
I'll see you next session. So I'm winding the session for today.
Okay, sir. Yes.
Okay. So just keep practicing. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Ravi. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.